Good afternoon, this is Stefan Hager speaking to you from Murray Hills, Pakistan. Not just speaking but reading with you the Holy Bible. The story of the Apostle Paul. Have you ever read in the Injiil that there was a Paul or Balus in Arabic? His story is remarkable. Now we read in chapter 23 that he is arrested and brought before the council, the judge, the Jewish council, to decide about him, whether he is a criminal or whether he is a free man. Let's see what happens with him. We are reading verse 30 from chapter 22 we start, and then we go into chapter 23. So the commanding officer wanted to find out exactly what the Jews had against Paul. So the next day he said, let Paul out of prison. He ordered a meeting of the chief priests and the Sanhedrin. Then he brought Paul and he had him stand in front of them. Now you open your own Bible in Urdu, Arabic, German, French, Italian, Amharic, any African Asian language. Don't mind. It's based on the same mid-first century text of Dr. Luke, who was a travel companion, journalist and medical doctor of Paul. Chapter 23, we start now. Paul looked straight at the Sanhedrin. My brothers, he said, I have always done my duty to God. To this very day, I feel that I have done nothing wrong. Ananias, the high priest, they heard this. So he ordered the man standing near Paul to hit him on the mouth. What a disrespect. Then Paul said to him, you pretender, God will hit you. You sit there and you judge me by the law. But you yourself broke the law when you commanded them to hit me. Those who were standing near Paul, they said, how dare you talk like that to the God's high priest? He thought he is a very special person because he is God's high priest, the Jewish priest. No. Verse 5. Paul replied, brothers, I didn't realize he was the high priest. Is it written, do not speak evil about the ruler of your people? Paul knew that some of them were Sadducees and the others were Pharisees. So he called out to the Sanhedrin. What is the difference between Pharisees and Sadducees? Paul was a Pharisee. The Pharisees believed in the resurrection of the dead. But the Sadducees, they didn't. They were in a sort like half-type atheists. Just living for this world, religion for this world to control people. My brothers, he said, I am a Pharisee. I am the son of a Pharisee. I believe that people will rise from the dead. That's why I'm on trial. When he said this, the Pharisees and the Sadducees started to argue. They began to take sides. The Sadducees say that people will not rise from the dead. They don't believe there are angels or spirits either. But the Pharisees, they believe all these things. People were causing trouble and making a lot of noise. Some of the teachers of the law who were Pharisees, they stood up, they argued strongly. We find nothing wrong with this man, they said. What if a spirit or an angel has spoken to him? The arguing got out of hand. The commanding officer was afraid that Paul would be torn to pieces by those who were arguing. Look. This is the mob culture we have here sometimes in Pakistan. Look, who were arguing. So he ordered the soldiers to go down and take him away from them by force. They were supposed to bring him into the fort. The next night the Lord stood near Paul. He said, "Be brave. You have given witness about me in Jerusalem. You must do the same in Rome." Now Paul's plan and vision will come true to go to Rome with the gospel, with the Injiil.